Good morning, everyone. So now we start with the faculty presentations, the faculties who have got extramural as well as seat grants. Before we start the presentations, as you know that we have already short on time, I would request, or I would say that you have only 5 minutes of presentation, so the bell will go at 4 minutes, and after that you have 1 more minute. I also would request the audience to keep the questions short and crisp. So we have maybe a minute of that. And another request is all the presenters, if they can come forward, because I've already shared the sequence of the presentation. So based on your sequence, please be ready before the previous one ends. For chairing the session, I would like to call on Monica Madam to please come on the dais. So now we start. Thank you.
Our first presenter for the day is Dr. Jitendra Satam from Faculty of Engineering and Technology.
Thank you. So good morning, one and all. I'm Dr. Jitendra Satam. So I'm presenting title which is basically approved as a seed grant project and approved for 4,90,000 rupees. And I am principal investigator, and with me Dr. Pushpendra Rai and Dr. Kashinath Patil are the co-investigators for this project. So title is Microplastics Removal, Degradation from Water Bodies using Graphene-based Magnetic Nanocomposite. So first of all, why to remove microplastics? Where they are present and how they are present. So they are present everywhere. They are present in water, they are present in food chain, they are present in air, they are present in soil, everywhere, right? So it is very serious topic basically. So there must be some methods, and the method should be cost effective. The method should be simple. The method should be scalable. So we basically try to address all these things through our project. Microplastics basically, if we refer the literature, they are referring any plastic which is less than 5 mm is supposed to be a microplastic. But if suppose something is 1, 2, 3 or 5 mm, that can be easily filterable. But what if the plastic is 1 micrometer, or if it is a nanoplastic? So it will be very lethal, and there should be stringent methods to remove this microplastics from the water body. So plastic can be originated from microplastics basically can be originated from different sources. Degradation of primary plastic, or it may be because of cosmetics, or maybe through some textile processing, or maybe some industrial processes, right? So there are various methods in the literature which are reported for removal of this microplastics. So coagulation, filtration, biodegradation, but there are certain limitations. So coagulation needs addition of coagulants, chemicals to the water, which is not practically feasible for large-scale operation, because we need to add some chemical coagulants, and we need to separate suspended lighter plastic particles. Filtration is again an issue, because if the plastic particle is, say, in nanometer size, then it can clog the membranes. And that will become very difficult, because that can foul the membrane or wastage of membrane. That will be just loss of money. If we use biodegradation method, so we can use enzyme catalyst or some microorganism to degrade the plastic, but it will be very slow process. So commercially may not be viable. So what we are proposing is magnetic removal, material which is magnetic, and the plastic has to be removed by adsorption, and it should not be degraded in the site, that is in water body, because what will happen if we try to degrade it, it's there itself in the water, so it can form even lethal chemical because of degradation, and it will contaminate the water further. So what we are planning is, we will remove the microplastic material by adsorption, and then chemical oxidant treatment method will be used to degrade this to some innocuous material. That is the aim, basically. So these are the objectives, basically. So to remove or remove first and then degrade them outside using magnetic nanocomposite material. So that magnetic nanocomposite, I'll come to the later next slide. Then the procedure should be scalable. We are trying basically through this, and it should be cost effective, and it can be used for even groundwater or drinking water. Sorry. So these are the materials, nanocomposite we are planning. So iron oxide base, generally hematite or magnetite base materials. So iron oxide basically on which titanium oxide is grown, and over that graphene oxide material is doped basically through chemical methods. And characterization we are planning through various methods, obviously outsourcing. And this is the budget so far we have spent, and we are planning to have expenses, further expenses, further budgetary requirements. So milestone completed. So prepared at this stage, since there are 10 to 11 months have been, the project is sanctioned, or one year you can say roughly. So materials have been synthesized. So now we are in the process of characterization of the materials, and preliminary processes have been completed. Yeah, so partial implementation stage, still we have to go a long way. And finally, just I would like to say, we'll try to pelletize this nanocomposite, so it will be a scalable process, and we will try to submit this to a major research funding agencies. So this is all. Thank you. Questions? Yeah. So, yeah. So that project is basically heat reflecting pigments related to, and they are basically spinel based materials, spinel and perovskite based materials. So they are generally around 30 to 40% of the total coating composition, paints. That preparation part is connected with this, but later on the studies further characterization, that NIR reflectance and all.
Larger aim is there, that I can understand, but what is the overall objective of that? It's a very big major project.
Yes,
over
yes.
2 crores or something.
No. So it is 10 lakh.
10 lakhs.
No, because earlier I proposed 40 lakhs, but they have reduced it to 10 lakhs.
So it is after review that you are
Yeah. It is almost accepted.
I'm sure you will definitely get it. So what is the overall objective of that project?
So basically, say there are because of say the temperature is increasing, say 0.5 to roughly 0.3, 0.5 degrees Celsius per year. So because of that, there is a heat buildup, heat island effects and all. So if we coat the buildings or any object with this materials, so that will keep the inner surfaces cooler. So there will be less air condition requirement, or that will decrease the dependence on the electricity. It may not be directly affecting, and there are even camouflage. So some agent, the DRDO basically, they want it for some other purpose. So they wish to basically, they wanted a material that can be coated on the ships, and that cannot be identified by enemies, because they use IR detectors. So this pigments basically, they reflect IR radiation. So they won't be able to detect the ship from longer distance. Even 100 kilometers distance, they can detect this kind of ships and all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity given.
Thank you, sir. The next speaker we have is Dr. Preeti Jain from Faculty of Science.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Preeti Jain, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Life Sciences. So to start with, first of all, I would like to introduce the background of this project. So my postdoctoral and doctoral research is primarily focused on understanding mycobacterium-host pathogen interaction. Specifically, we wanted to understand that how to stop the growth of this bacteria. Because of the fact that the mycobacterium is causative agent of the tuberculosis, and this tuberculosis is reported to kill approximately 1.7 million people every year. So as a possible solution for the treatment of this tuberculosis disease, it's very important to identify the newer sets of drugs and drug targets. So with that hypothesis in mind, we actually looked into the possibility of identifying replication proteins as important drug targets for this mycobacterium. With this hypothesis in mind, we adopted a methodology which is based on understanding the pairing between drug and drug target complex. So we took the approach which is docking-based, bioinformatics-based approach. In this approach, we try to understand the replication protein as potential drug targets of mycobacterium and list out few of the drugs which can target this drug targets or which can target this replication proteins of mycobacterium. So once we have the list of the drugs which can target this drug replication proteins of mycobacterium, we have to establish in vitro testing model to understand the efficacy of the established drug targets and the drug complex. So with this method and the hypothesis in mind, actually I applied for a seed fund grant of Somaiya Vidyavihar University in 24-25. The approval for that seed project is received on 30th April 2024 of 2,50,000. The first installment of 50,000 is made, and out of which 30,000 is under process for purchasing the chemicals related to this study. So since our hypothesis is to look into the possibility of replication protein of mycobacterium as potential drug targets, we thought of starting with one of the protein which is FITSQ, because I have already published a paper in Journal of Biological Chemistry in 2018 which showed that this protein is absolutely essential for mycobacterium survival and the pathogenesis. So we looked ahead and we tried to find out the drugs which can target this FITSQ protein. And we started with approximately 30 ligands, and out of which 17 ligands were identified as potential drug which can target these replication proteins of mycobacterium. So further screening was done, and right now we are in position that we have the 3 ligands with us which can potentially target this mycobacterium and stop the replication of this mycobacterium growth. So we are in process of validating these 3 ligands, and we have to establish a THP or the in vitro model testing system for testing the efficacy of these identified drug ligand and drug complex. So these are some of the results. Expected outcome from this project is that once we have the list of drugs which can potentially target this mycobacterium, probably we will be in a stage where we can propose the new TB treatment strategies, because it's very important, because TB is the disease which kills approximately 1.7 million people every year. So we can understand the magnitude of the problem associated. So with the preliminary results that I've got through this seed fund project, actually I've submitted my project in under the scheme of Anusandhan National Research Foundation, and it is accepted for technical evaluations. Right now it is it will be technically scrutinized and we'll get to know the results. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. So it's about replication protein.
Who are the co-authors?
So actually, my group, I have done my doctoral research under the guidance of Dr. Vinay Kumar Nandikuri.
Is it a publication from Somaiya Vidyavihar
No,
University?
no. So it was long back in 2018.
2018.
But that becomes the foundation of the project that I have submitted.
I understand. I was asking that. And I
No,
just
it
saw JBC paper.
So it was my doctoral research work.
Okay. When did you join here?
I joined in November 2022.
Okay, yeah, I remember, yes.
Thank you. So actually, I applied for 59 lakhs. First stage is not over. It is the preliminary scrutiny is over, but it is under the stage of technical evaluation. Yeah, I'm the principal. Yes. No, sir. No, sir, not yet. I'll do that. Yeah. Women scientists. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Can I ask one question, Preeti? Do I have the time?
Yes.
No? Yes. I just want to know how is this specific protein that you're targeting different from the already known drug targets? Because there's already targets, drugs for tuberculosis, which is in the market. So how is your specific protein going to be different as a target? Or is it not at all? Because they're also going to target replication sites of the bacteria. So I'm just wondering, how is this unique from what is already known?
First of all, as far as drug targets with respect to Mycobacterium is concerned, not every drug targets behaves equally. Okay? So the currently regimen that we have, it's for 6 months, and it is dedicated to target certain drug targets. But with respect to FITSQ, since I've worked on this protein, I know that this protein is absolutely essential for replication. So if we have the strategy for targeting this FITSQ, probably it will contain the disease much faster.
I think I have many more questions asking, but I'll do that at the tea session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The next speaker we have is Dr. Shruti Kakodkar from Faculty of Science.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Shruti Kakodkar, and the seed funding project that I'm going to talk on today is valorization of temple floral waste for the extraction of phytochemicals of commercial importance. So to begin with, why valorization of temple floral waste? I had given the presentation last year also, so I'll keep it short in terms of the introduction. So the idea is that commercially, if you look into the cosmetic industry and pharmaceutical industry, to name a few, they rely heavily on fresh plants to obtain bioactives. So the idea behind this seed fund project is why not to focus on their waste counterpart, especially the flowers that are used in industries to obtain bioactives, those are fresh flowers. So what I'm proposing is why not to focus on the waste that is obtained from temple yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the same presentation. Only thing, I can give you the progress of the work that I have done so far regarding that. Yes, yes. So if it's okay, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, it's the same. It's that seed fund. It's been 1 year now. So I'm presenting the work that I've done so far. Okay, sure. So just to give you a gist, it's on taking temple floral waste and to extract bioactives from that. So I'll directly go to the details of the funding has been mentioned here. So for now, this is the progress. I have summarized the whole thing that I have done so far and what is ongoing and underway. So I began with the suggestions of eminent colleagues who suggested certain points like authentication and all. So I have included that in my work. So to begin with, I have collaborated with certain temples in Vikhroli because that's the place where I stay. And they have been providing me 2 types of Tegetus erecta flowers, the authentication of which I have been doing in collaboration with Mr. Jatin Vaiti from Department of Botany, Kates Vijay College. So he has been helping me to validate that this is Tegetus erecta, and I have focused on yellow and orange flowers. Now using that and certain drying techniques, we then moved on to extraction procedure. Initially the idea was to only focus on maceration, but we have compared the method of maceration extraction method with Soxalate extraction method. So here we need to do optimization because these are waste flowers. You cannot compare what you have done for fresh flowers to waste flowers. So these are 2 days old, maximum 2-day-old flowers. So that is something I need to add. So here we did optimization of different solvents. Right from polar to non-polar, different solvents were taken and we checked which one is giving what we want. The activities that we wanted was antioxidant activities, total phenolic content, total flavonoid content, in addition to that, the yield. How much are we getting? Because ultimately, the idea is to translate this work to an industry level. So the yield also matters in addition to activity. Once we got the solvent, we moved on to temperature and we screened from 30 to 70. You would ask why not after 70? Because the boiling point of our solvent is 78 degrees Celsius. So we cannot go beyond that. Then we moved on to trying different variations of that solvent in terms of water addition, the hydro solvent that we screened. Then we compared whatever results we got for maceration extraction with Soxalate extraction method. And we did statistical analysis here to compare the two using unpaired t-test. All the extraction methods, all the variations were done in triplicates or pentaplets. Then once we got the factors, the right factors which were giving us these 4 things, antioxidant activity, total phenolic content, total flavonoid content, and yield, we then selected that parameter and we moved on to the main screening things that we wanted, which is antibacterial, anti-aging. The third one is something that I've added because it's something new, which is melanogenic activity. That is to identify a metabolite that can induce melanin formation. So this can help in terms of phytotherapy. So moving on, what we are doing right now, we have done the solvent-based purification, fractionation, and right now the characterization is ongoing, followed by the cytotoxicity study. So ultimately, we are going to get IC50 values of all these activities. But we need to see if the concentration is safe from an industrial perspective and from the perspective of application or for consumers, not consumption, for topical ointments and all. So for this, we'll be doing the cytotoxicity study. So in collaboration with one of the labs, Biolis, which is known for doing in vitro testing, especially for industry. Yeah. Just to give you a gist of one more thing, this is not under seed fund, but this was an additional work that we did side by side. And I have seen many people present on nanoparticles, amazing work you have been doing. This is a humble approach that we followed in terms of green synthesis of nanoparticles, wherein we used the same waste flowers to synthesize nanoparticles. And we did optimization of different parameters like extract concentration, silver nitrate concentration, pH, temperature. This work was done by a UG biotech student. And finally, what we got was nanoparticle which could sense mercury and which could also sense a very well-known food adulterant, which is hydrogen peroxide in milk. So this, in addition to that, characterization is underway. I'm in talks with Saif Lab to give some discount for doing this. So let's see how it goes. But this work was presented by the student in one of the international conferences organized by Kates Vijay College, in which she won Best Research Presentation Award. under PG category, though she was a UG student. Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
Waiting period, right?
Yes.
So you might want to just think about it in terms of the application that you're planning to have it. It
Yes.
might or might not fit the
Right.
question.
Right.
Because when you're talking about application, it has to be quick and for,
Yeah.
you know, so
Yeah.
just a suggestion, you might want to just think about
Yes,
it.
yes, definitely I will. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Want to give it to the industry for the scalability, right?
Yes, ma'am.
2 days logistic of collecting the flowers and putting up to the
Yeah. So, ma'am, it's not 2 days. It's
because
like
you want
overnight.
2 days fresh wala, na?
Uh,
Two days wala flowers.
So normally I ask the temple people. We have also tried 3 days also, and we have compared the results. It's comparable, no doubt about it. There's not major loss. First thing is, I asked the temple pujari because there's this Darshan Dham temple in Vikroli. So he said normally the flowers that we use, the next day we discard it in the bucket. So it's always 24 hours old. So what we did was obviously going there, collecting, getting it back. We kept a buffer of more 24 hours. It's like that. So ideally it's 1 to 2 days old. We have not gone beyond that because right now I'm just screening whether I'm getting or not. But I do agree that we should try for more days. Yes, yes. I'll definitely do that. Yeah. Uh, yeah, so basically marigold is known for its lutein, its carotenoids. So in addition, which is normally the focal point. So in addition to polyphenols, to be honest, I focused on antioxidant and anti-aging activity, sir. Huh. Yeah. Major is usually lutein and the carotenoid. So lutein and lutein derivatives is what marigold is extensively used for industry, which falls under polyphenol flavonoid content. From an industrial perspective, I'm saying, sir. It's usually the polar solvents which are screened for. So that's how, yeah. Yes, sir. So marigold has a peculiar fragrance, but it is not. I have not looked into it, to be honest. The fragrance molecule that is there, I'll have to see.
Okay, now why I asked is that, like, you
Yeah.
know, the process, what is happening, the fragrance is going,
Yes.
and the decay process is happening.
Y-
So,
yeah,
if,
yeah.
if there is a way of, you know, supplementing this, you could keep the shelf life of this.
Fragrance
Yeah,
of that,
so,
huh?
So,
Yeah.
and also the activity. Perhaps
Yes.
this, what is escaping may be the reason for the decay as well.
Yeah.
So there is a reaction kinetics.
Right, right.
So, yeah, just that.
I'll check
Right.
that, sir. Good suggestion. Thank you so much. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes. So the final aim, it is mainly to focus on the anti-aging activity because that's largely what people are trying to focus on nowadays. And the next one is the melanogenic activity. Melanogenic last year I had not specifically mentioned because I was not sure whether this extract would show this flower because it's temple floral waste. So when I started with marigold, I have now found that it has potential melanogenic activity, though it is just preliminary. So the final thing would be to develop a product or fraction without the pigment, because pigment is a huge problem in terms of marigold, to get the pigment, rid of the pigment, and to get a fraction which industry can use in their formulation. Yeah. Yes. Yes, ma'am, I'll be doing the topical formulation also. Earlier, where I used to work, I have developed certain topical formulations. So I have that particular, I mean, the formulations, what all things are required, the emulsifiers and all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Shruti.
Definitely, ma'am, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shruti.
Thank you, ma'am.
मौसमी के साथ बैठ जाओ
The next speaker we have is Dr. Vaijayanti from Faculty of Science.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Vaijayanti Amdoskar from Faculty of Science. I am presenting here my SVU seed-funded project titled on light-emitting polyacene containing porphyrin moiety-based nanofiber for solar cell applications. So as you all aware that the population is increases day by day, so we need some energy sources. And as you know that solar is easily available. So only the thing is that everyone knows about we are using a traditional silicon-based solar cell to convert the solar energy into the electricity, that is the electrical energy. So here, initially as you see in that traditional silicon cell is already available, then why I choose a photovoltaic devices, that is a polymer-based solar cell as my research interest. Here you can see that silicon solar cell having a positive thing about high efficiency, and because of that we are using a crystalline or amorphous silicon cell. The process for making a silicon solar cell is very expensive. The manufacturing process is, we require very high temperature for wafer production. The cost is very, very high. So instead of that, if we are using a polymer solar cell, this is an organic material or polymer we are using. So the process is very simple. We can use a solution processing. The cost is minimized. But here are the two lacuna for polymer solar cell. One is a lower efficiency, that is 10 to 15%, and we can say the performance, it degrades very faster under the extreme condition. In India, we are facing a rainy season, then we have a summer season. So it can degrade very fast. So I am choosing, these are my two research problems. That is a choose of organic material, that is a combination material which is having a donor-acceptor pair, and because of that you increase the light absorption and charge transport, that is you increase the efficiency. Another one is that what is the new encapsulation materials you can use to improve the stability of the polymer. So in this project, I am exploring the first research problem, that is the choice of electron donor and acceptor pair. So the research objectives are to design a conjugated polymers which is having a suitable acceptor and the donor unit, and because of that you can decrease its band gap energy to get some interaction of intermolecular charge transfer. So first design that polymer, then you synthesize, characterize and fabricate the nanofiber. Here I am using a nanofiber to get high contrast ratio, as well as you can incorporate any semiconductor material to decrease the band gap of whichever the polymer which I design. This is about my detailed funding. Sanction amount is 2.5. First installment 1.25 lakh, 50% amount is utilized. For this project, I am expecting this expected outcome. As per my title, I am using an acene and porphyrin. So here, acene it acts as a donor molecule, and porphyrin it acts as a acceptor molecule, which is known for strong light absorption, and it is essential for maximizing the power conversion efficiency. Here, with the help of Dr. Ananta Kulkarni and Aditi, we find out a theoretical value by using a time-resolved density functional theory, and we find out that for porphyrin, the theoretical band gap for porphyrin is 2 electron volt, and for acene it is around 2.5 electron volt. So we are using a mixing of these two, acene and porphyrin, to prepare a copolymer. Then the another expected outcome is lower cost and solution processable manufacturing. So as both are polymer, they are dissolved in any organic solvent. So you can do it any spin coating and injected printing. This is about my progress, that is synthesis of acene-based monomer. Here is also, I am just showing here anthracene-based monomer just by doing a Grignard reaction and demethylation by HBr glyceric acid. This is the first monomer. Second one is porphyrin. Here in a porphyrin, you can see here, there is a 4 meso position which is reported here as R. So you can modify this R position, as well as there are 8 beta positions are available on the pyrrole. So to modify this structure accordingly, whichever the band gap you want, a low band gap. And afterward, I have to characterize all the monomers and polymers by these techniques. This is about progress and status, one research paper and review paper in a process. And this is a poster presentation on synthesis and characterization of blue light emitting polymer in National Conference in Polymer Science, University of Mumbai. Thank you. Huh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are trying to publish in the... no, actually for the paper, we want all the data like toward the device fabrication, because we are mentioning here for the light emitting polymer base for the device fabrication for display applications. So we are trying for the making a device to find out the value. Huh? Yes, yes, sir. For student, no, sir, because Mugdha is with me, but she is working on some different area of super hydrophobic coating. This because the 4th semester student went for the internship, so we are not getting the student to work on this area. She is working on super hydrophobic coating. That is another work, sir. That is a different. She is working on emulsion polymerization, and this is purely organic chemistry work. So that's why. Yes, sir. So we can see these are the pictures from our lab, sir.
No, who is doing the experiment? You are doing.
Yes, sir.
That's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
But of course, you should involve students, no?
Yes, sir.
You should involve students.
Some of the students from current batch, they are interesting to do some reaction in our lab, just Grignard reaction.
For example, why not you give this Grignard reaction?
Yes, this reaction already given to our MSc Part 1 students, semester 2 students. Yes, sir.
Why don't you involve the Grignard reaction is a basic reaction.
Yes, sir.
So why don't you involve some of your that is a freedom you have.
Yes, sir.
We are a university, you have that freedom. So you can give, this is an experiment which is part of the syllabus.
Syllabus, yes.
So why don't you give this experiment to your
MSc students.
students?
Sure, sir, we'll do that, yes. Because here is also, we are doing some modification. I'm mentioning here is R. So we are doing mono substituted anthracene and disubstituted.
Teachers, we should give this opportunity to postgraduate students.
Yes.
Because you might have seen that there are students from India now.
Yes.
First year and second year science students, publishing papers in Nature and Science.
Yes, sir.
From India.
India.
So because they are giving the opportunity to work with their supervising teachers. I think you should not underestimate them.
Yes, definitely.
You should give them opportunity to do this experiment in their laboratory.
Yeah.
Let them fail, no problem.
Yes, sir. We'll do that.
But you should give the opportunity to the students and then involve them and give them due credit.
Correct.
That is how you have to work.
Yes.
So who are these other people then?
This is my old research, sir. Means this is from this is the extension of the PhD. In this title also you mentioned here.
This is not a work from us, no?
No, sir. But here I am mentioning that polyacin containing.
That paper,
that paper not from the Somaiya. But we are working this reaction from our lab, sir. I am also working on this by modification of this R group here.
2022 you are not here?
I am here, sir. But that work, that is the functionalized work I did in the lab.
I understand. Your earlier work.
Yes, sir. Any question?
When did you
2019. 2019. The work in the lab. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The next speaker we have is Dr. Neel Kamal More from Faculty of Engineering and Technology.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank our management and Somaiya Vidyavihar University. They have given us a fund of 45 lakhs to develop a lab where we can carry out this research. So I'd like to talk about the research funds and how we have utilized and what are the different objectives which are achieved. Okay, so this is about the Artificial and Geointelligence Laboratory and its application. So this AI laboratory, the Artificial and Geointelligence Laboratory is a well-equipped research facility focused on developing innovative solutions using geospatial technology and artificial intelligence technologies. The lab aims to address real-world problems, facilitate research, and foster collaboration between academia and industry. So our project objective is to develop a well-equipped lab for implementing geointelligence-based systems and application, design a decision support system for mangrove growth and maintenance. So now, this is not the only project that is carried out in this lab, but other projects related to GIS like bare land detection, then deforestation detection. All these projects are also carried out in this lab. Provide high-performance hardware and software infrastructure for geospatial problem solving. As I'm from IT department, I found that the students are interested more into the high-performance computing machines, and we have only 2 machines in our department. So I thought of utilizing this money for buying these high-performance computing machines. So encourage faculty and the students to engage in research activities and facilitate undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral projects and coursework, and attract consultancy and sponsored projects. So we got 45.7 lakhs. In the first year, we utilized in 22, sir, 2022. Yeah. So in 22, we bought 3. This is 20 lakhs that we have got, and we have utilized 21.82 lakhs. In second year, we got 14 lakhs, and we have utilized 15.49 lakhs. And now we are going to use 8.39 lakhs in the third year. So, so expected outcome from this lab is advanced computational facilities development, then exploration of new AI GIS ideas, utilization of big and unstructured data, focus on real-life problems, and research publication, IPR, patents, and industry. For industry innovation, the lab should be well equipped and can be offered we can offer the consultancy through this lab, and enabling collaborative and sponsored projects. So we found that there are few softwares available which can be used and are available as open source, like QGIS. But in addition to that, we require the ArcGIS software, which is a proprietary software. So through this fund, we bought this for 5 lakhs, and they give us 50 users on this software. My students have used it for mainly for image processing and deep learning applications. So major purchases done in the first year are the buying of the ArcGIS software and 3 Dell machines which are having 24 GB of GPU, that is a golden processor. The major purchases done in second year are drone with multispectral camera and drone training. So after buying the software and the machines in the first year, we found that we don't have sufficient these images available. Whatever images were available, they were not of good quality. So in the second year, we thought of having the drone, which can be used for capturing the images and processing them using the software. So through this research, we have given internship to the UG students, PG students, as well as to the PhD students. And we have developed softwares like pothole detection, mangrove detection, and we also publish a research paper in IEEE Conference of Geoscience and Remote Sensing, as well as we have submitted a paper to the journal. So 6 students from the MTech in AI and Data Science are working in this project. So actually we have, in this year we got 36 students in AI and Data Science. So out of, in this project 6 students are working. They started before 2 months, sir. Yeah. Yeah, we started in 22. So in first year, sir, we bought the machines, and by the end of 2023, we got the machines and everything available with us, and then students started using that. Yes, sir. So Genesis is one with whom I'm going to write a MOU, and they are going to give me the data set. Yeah, we have involved, and they have shared some data with us. But if you Genesis, it is involved in GIS and remote sensing. They are going to give the internship to our students. They have come for the placements also, and again they are going to provide us the data set. So usually, no, sir. Sir, actually from Department of Information Technology, I'm going to sign the MOU.
Because industry should put something, no? If 45 lakhs we are university spending, and if you said there is industry support,
Yes.
industry has to put that. So you can sign the MOU. I put it in a different way, that question. Because if the industry is coming, they have to put in something, no?
So they are giving us the data sets. If you go for buying the data set, it takes, it requires a lot of money. So instead of buying that data set, they are giving us free of cost.
Then let us make it very clear that what is the money involved in that.
Okay.
What is the price of that?
Okay.
What is the cost involved there? Because
Yes.
you have to clearly say that when 45 lakhs is not a small money for
Yes,
an
yes.
institution. We are taking all this money from the fees of the undergraduate students, you know that.
Yes, yes.
All this money which we are taking, it is coming from the fees of the undergraduate students. So ultimately they should benefit out of it. And when we say, when the management is putting 45 lakhs, and when you say it's an industry collaborative project, there should be definite involvement and support from the industry.
Okay.
We should negotiate it severely to achieve such targets. Very important.
Okay, sir.
Can we not develop our own data set, madam? Because we have already purchased drone machines and all that.
Yeah, now we are going to get a
Can't
training.
we train our students?
Yes,
to,
ma'am, we can do that.
develop our own data set.
So, ma'am, actually remote sense data is something different and drone imagery is different. So we started with the remote sense data.
And I think so one of our KJSIT has already launched the satellite. So can we not work on that area and have our own data set if possible?
Yes, it is possible to create our own data set, and recently we have done one copyright on the data set that is generated for the Sanjay Gandhi Natural Park, that is for the vegetation analysis. So that is also possible, ma'am.
Let us work on that.
Yeah, so we already created, ma'am. We already
Because
created
we
data
have created
set.
a computational facility here. We also
Yes.
have one more lab, C2S2, which has all high-end computing systems. I think so this should be a collaborative thing.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The next speaker is Dr. Vandana Jamdar from Faculty of Science.
Yeah, it's noon, so good afternoon, everyone now. Here today I'm with the permission of chair. Today I would like to present our work on the polylactic acid modification or the enhancement in the properties with a sustainable way for the food packaging applications. So as an introductory part, I would not take much time just to introduce the topic. So as we all know, increasing the environmental concerns, and in that white pollution, that is the polymer or the plastic pollution is the increasing, and to address that, we are in the process of, or we have a need to find out the sustainable packaging solutions. Why? Because this packaging industry is much more consumed, or the polymers are much more consumed in the packaging industry, and in that so many times we are using the single-use plastics. So in that we are producing this more white pollution. To address this commercially also, it has been now taken place that bio-based biodegradable polymers are the alternative to our conventional polymers. So in that, polylactic acid is the one of the popular biodegradable polymer used in industry due to its excellent properties, since it is non-toxic, non-irritant, and it has a good processing or ease of processing. So with concern to that, when we are saying the food packaging, to prolong its shelf life, when we talk, we need antimicrobial and antioxidant properties to that polymer. And when we talk about the polylactic acid, yes, it does not have those properties. So here our basic aim, so it has been literature or it has been reported that we can use certain active agents For this food packaging applications, our main aim is to use the essential oil, which is the sustainable option, and it has been already reported in the literature, so many active agents can be used. And when we use these active agents, what it's lacking, it's mechanical properties, that deterioration in the mechanical properties. So we have found out this gap, and we have tapped that gap, and we are, our aim of this, our project is to develop a polylactic acid film using the plant extract and the nanoparticles with a superior antioxidant, antimicrobial, and mechanical properties. So here we have targeted mainly this biological aspects and to enhance its attributes in terms of the mechanical properties. So this is the SVO Collaborative Research Funding Scheme, which I got sanctioned amount 2 lakhs. I received 1 lakh rupees. Out of that, I have spent 30,000 until now, and remaining amount I am in the process of spending for the glasswares, as well as major part of my work will involve the mechanical testing or the testing which I need to outsource. My co-PI in this is Dr. Sagar Shah from the Department of Life Sciences, who will be doing this biological testing. So expected outcome of my project is a biodegradable alternative with superior functional attributes, which can be one of the advances in the food packaging industry. And of course, this will help me to generate the data for the applying for the research grant application for the external funding agency. And we are in the process of drafting the research paper on the same. So with respect to the progress and status, initially we have started doing the preparation and the process optimization of the polylactic acid films, which has been in the, like we have completed that task, and now we are working on the several bioactive components, including, there is essential oils with several nanoparticles incorporation. And in that process, we have to undergo several characterizations, which is underway. And outcome of our literature, we could publish in Polymer Plastics Technology and Materials, which is a Scopus Index journal. This is a review paper, and our research paper drafting in process. Thank you very much. Yes, madam.
Ma'am, are you testing what is the effect of this biodegradable material on the food? Because you're going to have this for a longer duration of time, so that should not actually act on the material that is going to actually be stored.
Right now, that is not in our scope at this moment, but we can take it up because this biodegradability study itself is another scope of the area of the research. So, of course, but it's a good suggestion. We can definitely incorporate.
That will be the ultimate when it will come into the market.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Sir, this is with Mr. Rahul Chende. He's our ex-student who now he's working with Pidilite.
He was a student of this university, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And Dr. Vaijanti Hase, actually this work started when he was in the master's.
MSc.
MSc work.
MSc.
And later on, he got like master's degree, and then
fine,
he went to
fine.
Pidilite.
I want to know it because they should also know it because the MSc students, it was an MSc project work.
He has this, actually we mentored him for this project in the master's level, and then we took up and expanded this for the
Where are they working now, in Pidilite?
He's working with the Pidilite Industries in the construction chemicals. So he's still associated with us for some of the other, this kind of activities also. So.
Thank you very much. Of course, day before yesterday, I met somebody from Pidilite. They were really appreciating the work of this, the present work of our students.
Actually, it's very...
And they said, we want more students.
Yes.
But you do not have enough students, no, that's the problem.
Yes, sir. Yes. I agree with you, sir. We are, yeah, I'm well aware of that. Yeah. Yes, sir. We'll work hard for that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Dr. Karthik Patel from the Faculty of Engineering and Technology.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Karthik Patel, along with my team members, Amey Naik sir, Nagori sir, and Kiran sir, will be presenting a research project on investigating techniques to enhance spectral efficiency and data rate in 4G and 5G communication. To start with this project, we all are aware about the telecommunication, the development of the telecommunication, and the use of the telecommunication for all our day-to-day life. We are also aware about the development which has happened for 4G and 5G and the revolution in the different sectors of the human safety and that. So because of that, we thought about developing some algorithms for increasing the spectral efficiency and data rate in this communication. And along with that, the students will also get opportunity to work on some hardwares which are procured as a part of this project. So there were 4 objectives defined for this project, 2 belonging to research promotion for initiating the research and development in the areas of beamforming related to the 5G and testing and validating the algorithms. Along with that, it has also, one objective was defined for the academic growth by proposing new experiments to be included in the curriculum, and the laboratory development, procuring the hardware for building the infrastructure related to the research and the testing which can be done for 4G and 5G communication. So this project, we have spent amount of rupees 55 lakhs till date, because whatever the equipment which we have purchased, those are the industry grade equipment on which we are giving a training to the students and working on the project also. So expected outcome for this project is upgrading the laboratory facility, because whatever scenarios and simulation, whatever scenarios which are there for the 4G and 5G, they are tested and they are generated in the real time with the help of these hardware devices, which earlier we were doing only by using software. Related to the academic, students will be able to participate in the projects, some competition. We have also offered the internship. The students are working on the 3 capstone projects. And we are trying to give training to the students on the industrial grade equipment so that they can be absorbed in the industry like Reliance Jio, who is coming for the placement in our campus. Regarding the progress and the status, we had simulated the various scenarios like call flow, traffic analysis of the different 4G and 5G scenarios, considering the standard models of 3GPP. Testing of individual 4G and 5G scenarios are done. And now in the 3rd stage of the project, we are procuring the UE simulator software by which the multiple user equipment scenarios can be tested. And this is the block diagram which we are referring from the literature paper which is mentioned, in which we will be trying to develop the algorithms which are based on the deep learning by collecting the data sets from the UE simulator and the network emulator which we have procured, and optimizing the algorithm for enhancing the spectral efficiency and data rate. These are the equipments which we have purchased. On the left hand side, it is a software defined radio, which is a transmitter and a receiver of the real-time data, which is transmitting up to a frequency of 6 gigahertz, which is covering one of the 5G band. And real-time data like text, audio, video can be transmitted, and different analysis can be done by using this transmitter-receiver set. And on the right-hand side, we have a network emulator, which is actually simulating the scenarios for the mobile phones. So right now we are testing that network emulator with the 5 user equipments. And in the third stage, we are procuring the UE simulators, which are extending this facility up to 64 mobile phones. So 64 mobile phones can be the data from that, how it will be behaving, what will be the traffic flow, call flow, handovers, the congestions, network performance, all that can be simulated by using a network simulator and UE simulator both. So that's all about the project. Any queries?
So what is the major equipments you need for this testing? Only the simulator?
Only the network emulator is on the receiver side, and for simulating the multiple mobile phones, we require UE simulator. Okay. So that we are purchasing in the third stage of our project.
Now the Starlink is in news, and how does the Starlink technology?
Okay.
So how does this compare with this kind of communication?
Starlink.
What Musk is proposing, right? Yeah.
Achha, satellite network, yeah. That is working on, sir, very high frequency, because satellite bands are changing, and we are not working only on up to 6 gigahertz. Because if we go for the microwave frequencies, again there will be radiations, and those equipments we cannot purchase in the academic lab.
Right. Yeah.
So we are restricting our bands to 6 gigahertz only.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next presenter we have is Dr. Megha Sharma from KJ Somaiya College of Engineering and Technology.
Good afternoon, everyone. The title of our project is Development of Rotating Vertical Stack and IoT Techniques for Agriculture. This project is under SVU seed grant. I am the principal investigator of this project, and along with me, Professor Kirti Savlani is the co-principal investigator of this project. So in this project, we are basically coming up with an idea to design, implement, and test a fully autonomous agriculture system that is capable of hybrid farming, which is further integrated with the IoT and the remote monitoring of the whole system in compact and non-fertile areas. The idea came, the concept of this project came with the need of sustainable and efficient farming methods, which is arising due to increasing population, limited resources, and the environmental changes. As we know that the agriculture consumes the 70% of the fresh water and contributes to 11% of the greenhouse gas emission, which further necessitates the resource optimization. Climate change and the utilization the urbanization further stresses the traditional farming methods, which is leading to the reduced productivity and the land availability of the present scenario. The modern techniques like the vertical farming, the tissue culture, aeroponics, hydroponics, along with the IoT-enabled systems ensures the higher possibility of the good results with the minimal resources, and these methods are vital for addressing the food security and the reducing the environmental footprints of the agriculture. So basically the objectives of this project is to design a mechanical, in this slide we can see the idea of our project, that we are going to develop a rotating mechanism where we are integrating certain trays which will be where the plants will be grown. We are also interfacing the whole system along with the BLDC motor. We are controlling with the help of Raspberry Pi controller. Along with that, we are getting the health of the plant with the help of different sensors. We are integrating different sensors along with the controller and the motor system, and these sensors are the temperature, for getting the temperature data, for the soil nutrient data, for getting the light intensity and the temperature and humidity percentage of the plant. So the main objectives are to design a mechanically stable rotating system for plantation, for the soil as well as for the soilless system, to develop a wireless sensor network and monitor the factors such as moisture, temperature, light intensity, and the humidity of the plant. Also design and implement the automatic watering system in the plant, develop the IoT-based smart monitoring and the control system over certain web applications, and finally the data analysis of the growth of the plants and the plant health monitoring. We have divided the whole project into mainly two phases. One is the phase one is the mechanical development, and the phase two is the development of the electronic part. The mechanical part includes the development of the transmission and the power system, structural support, along with the rotating mechanism of the whole system, which we are controlling with the help of BLDC motor. And the electronic system includes the sensor interfacing, where we are interfacing different sensors along with the controller and BLDC motor, the IoT implementation, and the monitoring and control system with the help of some mobile app. So implementation highlights basically includes the development of the mechanical structure, development of the electronic, and the software system. These are some real pictures of our project where we have already interfaced the BLDC motor, and we have controlled the BLDC motor speed along with the help of Raspberry Pi controller and the driver. We have also interfaced some few sensors along with the BLDC motor. So real-time data of the sensor, we are able to control the speed with the help of the real-time control of the sensor data. We are able to control the speed of the motor. The approved amount as per the SVU seed fund is 50,000. Expected outcome is to develop an aero farming system combining IoT and the vertical farming, multiple types of the plant growth in single model by controlling the parameter of the different plant rank, and agriculture in compact space such as home, balcony, or the terrace, etc. Highly sustainable and efficient system, reduce water usage and optimized resource allocation, and feasibility of the integrating automation in agriculture. This is the progress and status of as of now. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. The next speaker is Dr. Rashmi Jain from Faculty of Management Studies.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Rashmi Jain, along with my co-panelists Dr. Vartika Chaudhary and Dr. Vidya Thakkar. We are here to present our research project, which is examining intention to embrace sustainable menstrual products across cultural study. Menstruation is a very, very natural biological process that women undergo, yet it's a taboo topic. People don't discuss it. It's a taboo in the society, and academic literature on this area is even more scarce. Urbanization has led to busy lifestyle, which has led to the consumption of non-biodegradable menstrual products, which adds to the environmental hazard. So the motivation for doing this research came from the fact that World Bank has reported that every menstruating woman on an average produces 150 kgs of non-biodegradable waste every year, which is a huge burden on the environment, on the health. So to nudge the policymakers and the entrepreneurs towards understanding the issues that restrict women from using SMPs and to address the SDG goals 3, that is for good health and well-being, clean water and sanitation, sustainable cities and communities, and responsible consumption and production, we have taken up this project. Our project objectives are to examine the consumer intention to adopt sustainable menstrual products across countries. We are trying to understand that does this intention to adopt vary based on the cultural orientation towards uncertainty avoidance and environmental consciousness. We have selected these 4 countries, that's India, Qatar, Egypt, and Singapore. The reason why we have selected these countries is because we went through a rigorous process of selection. We looked at the SDG index of the various countries. We also looked at the income levels. We looked at the Hofstede Insights for the Uncertainty Avoidance Dimension score, and then we selected 1 country from each quartile. We followed this elaborate process to capture as much diversity possible in terms of difference in cultural orientation as well as sensitivity towards the environment. We aim to collect about 500 samples from each of the country, which makes our study sample size to 2,000. Obviously, it will be, the respondents will be menstruating women aged 18 to 50 years. We will try to cover as much demographic diversity within the country as possible. We have also identified the operational constructs that we will be using in our study. So we will be using biospheric values, awareness of consequences, personal norm, cultural biases, openness to change, and intention to adopt. The scale for each of these constructs have been adopted from the existing literature. What are we expecting out of this study? The reason or what we are expecting out of this study is to help policymakers understand the sustainable menstrual products. As many of you would be aware that today government is giving subsidized non-biodegradable sanitary pads to rural women folk, which is adding to the pollution, which is not biodegradable, which is also a health hazard for many women. So we are expecting policy formulation to meet the SDG goals, particularly for waste management of menstrual products, help organizations in designing marketing strategies for creating awareness and enabling product adoption, and also increased research for product innovation in this area. Because in this area, the current number of products and the variety of products are very, very limited. Their availability is limited, their awareness is limited. The result of this research can be used to facilitate the development of the SMP ecosystem. SMP here is the sustainable menstrual products. Discussion around SMP will help break the taboo and stigma associated with menstruation and empower women to make their own choices on most suitable and comfortable product. The outcomes of this study will contribute towards policy making to meet the SDG goals of health, good health, and so these are our implications in these 4 areas. We have received the seed grant in the month of April 2024, and this is our progress for the past 8 months. So we have completed the literature review. We have presented our pilot study in international conferences, and now we are moving forward towards data collection and journal paper development. Thank you. Any questions? Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the products are available, but there are issues like some people feel they are not convenient, some people feel they are very expensive. A lot of people are not even aware of such products being available. Like there are sanitary pads made out of fiber of banana, which is available in Malaysia, very little availability in India. So yes, the products are available, but in terms of awareness, in terms of usage, there are problems. And our study is trying to understand what are these problems and how companies and policymakers can make the changes so that those problems are overcome, and there is more usage of the sustainable products as compared to the conventional products that are being used these days. Pardon?
How is this going to translate to external agency?
Yes. So as we are trying to do a cross-country project, so issues related to sustainability and environment are not just very local to India. So once we have this project, we do intend to apply for international grants so that now the scale of our working in the area of sustainability and in the area of women health can go beyond just these 3-4 countries. That is what our idea is, that we look for international seed grants.
We're hoping to have a high quality publication using the grant money that we've got. If we are able to publish in a good journal of a high quality of in the Q index, in that case the external grant holders will be interested in collaborating with us. Otherwise they'll not even consider. As simple. Social impact? If people are aware about it.
Sure. There's a question. Can we take that question?
About Qatar, right? So I
Sorry?
feel like
Qatar. Yeah.
I feel like there will be a lot of challenge while collecting data.
Yes.
What will be the mode of collecting data? Or you will be approaching to universities for collecting data and so on? Is there
Yes.
any collaboration
So
with universities?
we are in that process to look at universities and do a little collaboration. And it's not just one method that will help us collect data, because if our target is 500, we will have to go all out and look at various other ways to get that data. So yes, that's what we are working on different processes to get the data. Absolutely, ma'am. Yes, because this is a topic which people don't really open up to, and that we understand is a taboo.
Not just open up, because if you look at the society, I was in Qatar 3 times, and I do remember that they are so insular that they do not even appreciate this kind of research is coming up.
Agreed.
So how would you really meet this challenge? Because ethically they may kind of, question your entire research lens, that as an outsider, how have you come to us, right? This is going to be a major challenge, and you have to remember this, because
Sure.
I have done many projects in this capacity with the Gulf, so I really understand this, like it could be a quite
we
critical.
welcome that feedback.
Yes, please,
and we would look,
please,
we'll
because,
discuss
at
with
times,
you.
at times you are not aware and
Sure.
things may
Yeah.
screw
Actually,
you.
the reason we selected Qatar was because we really wanted to bring in that cultural diversity. But yes, we would connect with
Because
you.
Qataris are very, very insular, and they are just few in numbers, ethnically speaking.
Right.
So their racial and ethno configuration is such that it's tightly guarded. So pending would be a problem.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. So yes, that's Dr. Sharon Matthew.
A very good afternoon to one and all. I am Dr. Sharon Matthew from the Faculty of Science, and I'm here to present my SVU seed-funded project on establishing a direct in vitro regeneration protocol for biofortified finger millet variety CFMV2. So millets are a group of cereals that belong to the family Poaceae. They are widely cultivated in the semi-arid regions of Asia and Africa and exhibit extreme climate resilience. Often referred to as nutri-cereals, they are packed with nutrients like vitamins, minerals, protein and fiber. They can ensure food security nutritional security, and economic stability to communities. Millets can serve as an sustainable food option and can achieve sustainable development goals of zero hunger and health and nutritional well-being. CFMB2 is a biofortified variety of finger millet that was released by the Indian Institute of Millet Research, Hyderabad in 2020. It has been developed through selection of local germplasm. It is one of the varieties with the highest content of calcium. State and national level trials have reported high yield for this particular variety, both in terms of grain and fodder. It is reported to be a non-lodging variety with uniform maturity. Although traditional breeding methods have developed many agronomic traits of CFMB2, it has failed to improve its disease resistance to a major disease called blast. Blast can cause significant yield losses in millets. So coming to our problem statement, CFMB2 shows only moderate resistance to blast disease and thus needs to be genetically modified to improve its disease resistance. To genetically modify a variety, an in vitro regeneration protocol needs to be in place. If you go back to literature, there are many studies that have reported such protocols for different varieties of finger millets. However, these protocols are highly genotype specific and cannot be directly applied to any other variety. And that's the reason, that's what we are planning to do in our study, to develop an in vitro regeneration protocol that is highly specific to CFMB2. Coming to our project objectives, in our study we have opted to go in for the direct organogenesis approach. When we use this approach, we completely omit the callus formation stage, which makes the protocol more rapid. And since the explant spends lesser time in culture, the chances of genetic variation arising in the regenerated plantlets is also low. We will initiate our study by optimizing an in vitro shooting response. We will be using shoot tip explants that we obtain from in vitro germinated seeds of CFMB2. So in the first objective, we will be optimizing the in vitro shooting response by testing different phytohormones and micronutrients that could help induce an optimum in vitro shooting response for CFMB2. Once we achieve this, we'll move on to in vitro rooting studies, where again we will test different phytohormones, auxins, which will be best for an in vitro rooting. And once we obtain these plantlets, we'll carry out the hardening and acclimatization studies that will help us eventually transfer these plantlets from the lab to soil. So as stated before, this is a SVU seed-funded project. It was sanctioned in April 2024. A total amount of 1.5 lakhs was sanctioned. So from this study, we expect to develop a rapid and efficient in vitro regeneration protocol for CFMB2 that will have lesser frequency of somoclonal variants. This in turn will promote genetic transformation studies of this variety, which will help improve its economic value. Coming to the current status of our project, we have procured these seeds from Indian Institute of Millet Research, Hyderabad, and successfully carried out in vitro seed germination in our lab. We have also initiated in vitro shooting studies using different concentrations of hormones like kinetin and BAP. These are some of the results that we have obtained so far, wherein we can see BAP is at a concentration of 2 mg per liter is giving an optimum in vitro shooting response. I've also published an article on in vitro regeneration of finger millet in a Springer Nature journal, Plant Cell Tissue and Organ Culture, this month. Thank you.
This paper, when it's published now?
So yesterday.
Yesterday, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Now you are establishing this protocol for genetic transformation of finger millet by which method? Agrobacterium?
Yes, sir. Though whatever literature is reported has primarily used agrobacterium-based approach.
So especially plants coming from the Gramini,
yes,
poaceae background, it's difficult because they're monocots.
They're monocots, but yes.
And we'll go for directly imbibing the shoots, not
Yes.
through callus.
Not through callus.
Is a diploid and very stable crop.
Oh, yes.
So what is the fear of somacular variation at low
So
concentration
that's the
of
reason why.
BAP? Suppose you are using very less concentration of BAP and NAA.
Okay.
Still you feel there will be somacular variation. But normally somacular variation comes in triploids, polyploids,
Yes.
some mutant varieties.
Yes.
We expect. This is a diploid very stable crop for years.
Yes.
So how are you fear about the somacular variation may arise if you go
No,
for
so
240,
yeah.
240?
Whatever literature has already been established with other varieties, the frequency of these somoclonal variants are very less. They have done genetic fidelity analysis using ISSR markers, and they have seen that mostly it is. So it's just I have chosen between direct and indirect approach, organogenesis and somatic embryogenesis. I thought this would be better because not only somoclonal variations, but also the length of the protocol will be much lesser with a direct organogenesis approach.
So it is easy because see what happens going further if you are going to give some selection pressure.
Yeah.
So you have to screen for antibiotics or herbicides.
Yes.
Then better go for callus, embryogenesis and transformation and then selection and then final routing.
Okay.
That will help you.
Okay, sir. We can think about it.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Dr. Tanushree Bhattacharjee from Faculty of Management Studies.
Good afternoon, everyone. So my project is assessing sustainable practices and ESG metrics in the Indian oil and gas sector, and we are going to provide an analytics-driven insights for the Indian investors. So I have my group who are the co-PIs, and I am the principal investigator for the project. So everyone, nowadays, we all are aware about ESG and the development that is being taken place in the environmental, social and government sector for all the industries. Our focus is majorly on oil and gas sector because oil and gas sector is responsible for producing more impact in the environment. Also, we are focused majorly on the investors' perspectives, wherein we want to study whether the people are interested in investing in the oil and gas sector, analyzing the ESG parameters, or they just want to invest that by feeling that yeah, it's safe to invest and the returns are good. So we have done literature review where we have identified the gaps that yes, there are very limited exploration where the enhancing of sustainable investment is very less in this particular sector. Also, this sector lacks the extensive qualitative and quantitative study wherein we can propose, there are in fact no models being proposed, constructive models being proposed based on economic and statistical analysis. Quantitative methods for measuring ESG impacts and we also need to provide the standardized metrics so that the investors understand rather than because the gap is that they are not able to understand the jargons which the companies or the sector people are using, and to make the investors more comfortable understanding where and how the practices are being implemented so that their knowledge becomes enhances and their investment perspective gets improved. So our objectives are we are going to evaluate how the companies are managing and mitigating the ESG risks and highlight the best practices that they are being following or implementing. We are also going to analyze the key ESG indicators and metrics to assess their sustainability performance. We are going to conduct a comparative analysis on 7 to 8 companies ranging from ONGC, IOCL, BPCL. Then we are going to perform qualitative analysis as well, wherein we are going to design the questionnaire and the models and all are presented over here. We are going to conduct semi-structured interviews with the stakeholders and get deeper insights and then do content analysis and all, so that we can propose the models or recommendations that how we can recommend the investors and drive their motivation towards yes going to forward for sustainable investment. Now the thing is, we also have secondary data for this, like Bloomberg reports. The Bloomberg has published the ESG reports till 2023. So we have analyzed those reports where they have mentioned that yes, there are quantitative data. Suppose I say how much amount they have invested, so they have mentioned those data. But when I see the report where the parameter is whether they have done any initiatives for decreasing the water pollution or etc., all those tips, then the data is binary, whether they have where they have mentioned yes or no, but what initiatives they have taken, that highlights are not being given. Even the annual reports are not sufficient enough to gain those insights. So that's why we are decided that we will conduct this type of interviews wherein we connect with the stakeholders and try to understand what type of actions they are being taken inside the industry to gain those, achieve those goals. So this fund was approved last year, September 2024. As of now, we have not started data collection. The questionnaire and all is being in the process of getting designed. We'll start data collection probably from Feb or by March 2025. Yeah. So yeah, this is what is the progress. So investors are the people who are investing in the market. Oil and gas sector. So when we are going to design the questionnaire, there will be specific questions which focuses whether they are investing in this sector or not. We are targeting around 500. 500 from oil and gas sector. Yeah. Yeah, because investors' data collection is not going to be difficult. Here also there are people who are investing in oil and gas sector. No. No, I have done a research paper where I have tried to identify using KAP model whether knowledge and attribute is invoking the practice. For that, I have sufficiently collected around 250 data. So collecting investor data is not difficult, but collecting the company's data is going to be difficult because we have to connect with those stakeholders and also collect those data. Yeah, so getting that connects are also important. Yeah, that's what. Any questions? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The next speaker is Dr. Vandana Tripathi from Faculty of Management Studies.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to present our seed fund grant that we received last year, a study on the awareness and adoption of the circular economy practices among MSMEs in Mumbai. I'm the PI and my co-PI, Professor Jitendra, is also available here. Other co-PIs are busy in the lectures and meetings, etc. So they could not join in. These are my other co-PIs. All are from the multidisciplinary team. So the first problem statement we wanted to highlight that why exactly is there a need to study this particular topic. Need for sustainable development, I think the previous speaker also highlighted that how ESG is becoming important parameter for investors to invest as well. Not only the organized sector, but also in the unorganized sector. We are also realizing that COP26, November 2021, India actually shared that by 2070, we will be net zero in terms of carbon emissions. There is a global demand for transition from linear economy to circular economy. We are also talking of different kinds of challenges which are affecting businesses right now. Climate change, global warming, disasters. These are all major disruptions, and the last one, COVID-19, I think has been the most closest reality that all of us have experienced altogether. The next one is India's overall Sustainable Development Goal score. It has improved by 5 points in 2023-24, making it about 71 as a composite score. There are other goal-wise scores which are there. But what is most important for us to know is that all these goals are being tracked on regular basis, and I think slowly, steadily, we are going to set up a precedent whereby how MSMEs become relevant to this goal achievement. Most importantly, I think university curriculums are also getting aligned to this particular circular economy embracement. The relevance of the study, particularly for MSME context, I really wanted to bring it to the attention of the audience here. MSME contributes to nearly 40% of the total exports that this country is having right now. 7 out of the 10 jobs in all emerging markets, according to World Bank, is generated by SMEs. So it is not only in terms of contribution, monetary, but also in terms of employment. You see MSME is actually giving a lot of contribution. We have also at the same time noticed that MSME is one of the largest contribution to the pollution factors, and the study data has been quoted to all of you. You can also understand that unless and until we work with SME as a group, there will be possibly no recovery, because only top 100, top 1,000 companies doing will not result into that net zero achievement. Before I proceed, I think I wanted to set the context in terms of how we have defined for the study. This definition is directly from Ministry of MSME. The definition actually talks about both in terms of cost as well as from the revenue side of the organization. So if the cost of setting up a plant and equipment was around 1 crore, then it is a micro. If the revenue does not exceed 5 crores, then also it is a micro. So you can understand that all the other gametes of informal sectors, etc., are not even captured in that definition itself. The highest range that we have covered in our study is about annual turnover to about 250 crores. My colleague will take you through the objectives and the methodology for it. I hand it over to Professor Jite.
Thank you, Professor Vanna. So I'll be briefly talking about our objective of the study. So I think we have 2 prime objectives, but let's talk about the sub-objectives. So we are focusing on the very important thing that, we are focusing on the important thing. We want to know whether the founders are aware about the circular economy practices or not. And even if they are aware about, we also want to dig a bit more, and we want to figure it out, what are the enablers and barriers if they want to implement sustainable practices into the organization. And the second objective, I think, is very important for our research and the future research, which is we want to know that what specific circular economic practices if they are implementing. So we really want to figure it out, that what exactly they are implementing at their plant. So I'll briefly take you through the research methodology. So it is combination of both exploratory and descriptive. I mean, this is also one of the novel research methodologies. So we'll be following the mixed method approach. So we are combining both qualitative as well as quantitative approaches. We have gone for extensive literature review and find out the constructs, and then we have developed a questionnaire. So right now we have collected data, and this is our progress for the data collection. We are still in the process, and I'm just quickly we'll talk about our outreach and industry as well. So this is our workshop with the VIMA. This is VIMA workshop, and this is our outreach to MSME Mumbai. This is the individual effort that we are putting, and this is our workshop in plastic industry. So we are focusing on the clusters. And future, I'll just take 10 seconds. So this is in near future, we have finalized a couple of workshops with the packaging industry and again with the MSME. The problem that we are facing is that it is very difficult to get time of the founders and go for the in-depth interview. In-depth interview takes 30 minutes, so they don't have a lot of time. So this is the challenges that we are facing. Thank you. We welcome questions from you. We'll play.
can get certain direct and the eyes, the commissioner, deputy commissioner who is working in this particular sector, can I for
Good afternoon, everyone. My presentation is on SVU grant funding on the design and development of a microchannel heat exchanger for the thermal battery management system. Nowadays, we all aware that electrical conventional vehicles are replaced by electrical vehicles, but the rate at which we are replacing by electrical vehicle is limited because of the battery. Battery is the core heart of the electrical vehicle system. Because of increase in temperature of the battery surface, the efficiency of the battery is going to decrease. Now, I am going to highlight the points related to this battery system. Will be introduction, followed by funding and experimental setup, results and discussion, future scope, summary and a timeline activity chart, and acknowledgements. See, this graph will show you as the rating of the battery, as the rating of the battery will go on increases, as the rating of the batteries go on increases, as the rating of the batteries go on increases, that means from 1C, 2C to 3C, you look into the figure that temperature of the battery surface is increasing. As the temperature of the battery surface increases, there is a drop in number of cycles the battery can operate, or efficiency of the batteries comes down. And there is an optimum temperature range. The battery surface can be maintained from 15 to 35 degree. If you are not able to maintain it behind or below 35, the efficiency will be drops. This was one of the most objective if you want to enhance the battery life or EV vehicle life or life cycle. Taking this into concept, we have identified the gap. That means gap identification, that means the only thing, the rate at which the heat generates in the battery should be removed at the same rate to keep the battery surface temperature normal operating conditions. In that concept, the heat exchangers called as the saline tube, tube-in tube, or plate fin heat exchangers are going to fail because they are not so that much compact. Hence, the answer to this will be a compact heat exchanger is a microchannel heat exchanger whose cell diameter or the tube diameter or the flow area diameter is less than 1 micrometer. And taking this concept into picture, we have finalized these three objectives, that means numerical and theoretical investigation on performance of a microchannel heat exchanger, then the development of an experimental setup for analysis of a performance parameters of the heat exchanger, which is effectiveness and the what you call the pressure drop in the heat exchanger. And third, we are going to validate the numerical theoretical data with respect to the experimental values. And with this concern, this is the details of the funding what we have been obtained. We opted for the 6 lakhs, the institute has funded us 5 lakhs, and out of that 2.5 has been get granted, and remaining 2.5 are going to use it in the second installment. And this is the experimental components and the setup, but I will explain you this with the setup we have developed in our lab. This is the microchannel setup we have developed. The left figure shows you the microchannel heat exchanger, the body made up of an aluminum, and the lithium ion cells we are going to use it, and this battery has been simulated to automotive vehicle of capacity around 30 kilowatt. Now that is the setup, which is second setup is required for maintaining the coolant temperature in the range of 15 to 35 degree, and this circuit will show us the battery as well as the battery utilization in the electrical vehicle system. And these are the graphs we have been, experimental studies we have made. And the first graph shows you the maximum temperature the battery can attain with our system. See here, the star marked the first 4 dots with a very low flow rate of 0.001 kg per second general flow rate, our peak temperature is very low. That itself it indicates the battery surface temperature is not exceeding to the maximum level. And on the second graph you can see the star marks are on the left of where you can see the heat transfer coefficient will be the higher as compared to the others, and we have compared with the literature also. And this is our future setup, which is going to use a nanoparticles and other things, and we approximately projected around 2.72 lakhs. And this is the summary. That means it bring down to at a Reynolds number of around laminar flow. And this is the timeline activity chart for the remaining 2 years. And this is the acknowledgement. I take an opportunity to express my sincere thanks to SPU.
Kristen?
Kindly note that a time provided is 4 minutes plus 1 minute.
Presentations. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Very quickly. Can we do it in 8 minutes? Both the things? I'll accept the challenge. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I was very much looking forward to yesterday, but I couldn't make it. I'm so sorry for that. But today I will take you down the lanes of history, where you will get a different feeling about how history can be so crucial in generating not only the project grants, but also the idea about how historicity really matters in everything we do. So this project is very ambitious project of Indian Archives, and Professor James Onley is the one who is actually leading this project from American University of Sharjah, and I am the project director here in India, leading Mumbai and Delhi chapters, that is National Archives of Mumbai, National Archives of Delhi and Maharashtra State Archives of Mumbai, where this project is housed and based. This is a very futuristic kind of a project, taking history forward on the digital map, where we are intending to digitize around 1 lakh of records collected from Mumbai and Delhi, and these records are purely based on the holdings on the Persian Gulf. The Arabian Gulf is very much interested in procuring these records, and in future this is going to be, of course, bilateral agreement between India and UAE states. So this Professor James Onley is funding right now with Ahmed Siddiqui Chair in the Gulf and the Middle Eastern Studies at the American University of Sharjah. And this digitization project intends to make, of course, archival holdings available to scholars across the globe on their digital screen, and the collaboration would be with Somaiya Vidyavihar University, and that would be really a proud moment for all of us, because this is going to get housed here. So next thing which we are looking at, the funding. The fundings are huge, definitely. Here the figures are reflecting on the screen. We have already procured the 2 grants, 16 and 30, and the third would be coming up in June, and then it would be much bigger than what it is now. So yes, expected outcomes, as I just discussed with you: digital archives, quick accessibility, conference, collaborations and publications. Many publications have already come. We have also tied up with Oxford University Press. We have tied up with Primus. We have tied up with number of other press also to bring out a range of publications. So literature is also promised. Repository is promised. Somaiya is going to be, of course, happening hub for the digitization work. Since, I mean, of course, it is already going on since 2012, but now from 2025 to 2026, National Digital Library of UAE is going to take over this project. Yeah, so this is one range. Second is, wait a minute. Yeah, ICAS. So second ongoing project is with Ministry of Education. It's all based upon the idea of ministry's most ambitious chapter on maritime shipbuilding and seafaring tradition. On this project, I have my colleagues, Monalisa Behra, Pallavi ma'am, Bhageshwari ma'am, they all are with me, and we have already completed a substantial part of this project. We have submitted our annual progress report to the ministry so that we can go ahead for the second round of installment coming up this year. This was a very competitive project. If you can look at the screen, 0.44% of the proposals were accepted. So out of that, all across India, 84, and four only could manage, and among four we were the one. So Somaiya again rocks here. And we go to the idea of what are the objectives. Historicize it, popularize the maritime history of India, because maritime history of India hasn't have been given due credit in the syllabus, in the outreach, in the understanding, common understanding. Our common understanding is very land-centric, terrestrial. We are so landlocked. We are not looking at the Indian Ocean, and we are at the heart of the Indian Ocean. I keep telling everyone, please see peninsular geography of India and look at this way. The grant is also, ministry is doing commendable job, but then we get taxed because this project is entirely for the interns. The interns, that is what, the ministry is looking at, that interns should be trained. Because we are anyways we have made our profile, we have made our whatever respective careers, but then how do you take on the legacy? So this is a very legacy building kind of a project where expected outcomes are many, and we have done so many of them. Our interns are doing well. Kathan Shah, Rishikesh Pandey, they have already got their dissertations on this. Even Monalisa's I'm coming to, her theme is also there. And then my publications have come. I do not want to talk much about it, but Primus has already agreed to give a monograph out of it and invite interdisciplinary literature from folk culture and oral history. Last year we were in Mandvi, Gulf of Kutch, we covered Dwarka, we covered Okha, we covered Bet Dwarka. All of these sites we went. Why? The intervention is that if not at this stage we collect the oral interviews, this seafaring knowledge is going to fade away. It's going to be a huge loss, huge silence, huge gap, and history cannot afford this. So the idea is 2 postgraduate dissertations from artistic traditions. Also Monalisa has guided them successfully, and then Chitrakathi paintings, her publication is coming up. I must congratulate her. And then digital repository also. She's also now coming on the page of creating a digital repository out of it. So artistic tradition is also integral part of this ministry's project. We have got this. This you all must see. This is something untapped records which are not yet identified. This can be called as unconventional archives or fragmented and distinct archives, where we have prized monastery records. If I would have got time, ma'am has not given me much time, otherwise I would have explained you everything in detail that what does it mean. But these navigational records, Malamni Pothi, and there are notes which even government has published, and I had done one summary on this. Then we have Badala Seafarer's Contemporary Pothi. People think that this Pothi writing culture of seafarers, captain's logbook has been lost, but some traces are still there, and this is very, very important that I will show you one picture on this so that you will get an idea. And then of course we are trying to find out where other locations. It is actually scattered. The map of this Pothi, where they are. Different people came in to research or for whatever other purposes they took away, and we do not know where it is. So we are just trying to collect this, and look at this. This is something you won't find it anywhere, because contemporary, and this is Badala seafarer whom I interviewed. Of course he is no more, but his son has retained it as a prized treasure. He said, I somewhere knew that this is going to be a very important source for coming times. So he's actually Imran, his name is Imran Thaim, and he says that I'm very scared that where do I really share these records. So we gave him the assurance that it will be academically used, not for any profit, not for anything else, but just academic documentation of it. So yeah, our progress is wonderful. We are very happy with this, because visual, material performances, and the role of images and performative traditions by studying paintings physically and digitally has been done by Monalisa and her interns. And framing Chitrakati paintings within the broader paradigm of visual culture and creative industries has helped the understanding of the network. Because Chitrakati is basically, a one way of expression, but epics to be expressed regionally is very important, is what Mona Lisa is bringing out, because Sanskritic traditions we have all studied. But what she is bringing about is a regional dialogue in this. Yeah, so I think I've done this. I've managed. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Last two questions. No questions.
Thank you, ma'am. The next speaker is Mr. Zahid Sheikh from Faculty of Engineering and Technology.
Good afternoon, everyone. With due permission of the chair, I would like to present our funded project work on Security Operations Center Cybercrime Investigation Laboratory. This project is funded by Somaiya Vidyavihar University. I am the principal investigator for this particular project, and my co-PIs are Dr. Deepak Sharma sir, Dr. Manish Pote sir, and Dr. Prasanna Shetty sir. So, ma'am, with your due permission, can we proceed? Sure. Thank you. So basically, this project is more of a security project. Ultimately, the real-time issue that we encountered in conducting various security experiment was the experiments could not get conveyed to the students in effective manner, because if they experiment on something, the networks would get impacted because of that. And in the past, there were some instances wherein instead of working on the simulated environment, students carried out some commands and the actual networks of Somaiya got impacted. So we thought of coming up with some isolated laboratory. So with that thought process, we have a center wherein we talk about security operations. Security Operations Center is more for a team of professionals who would look into the monitoring, detecting, responding to any security incident in real time. So the basic objective over here is to ensure that such incidents are controlled, prevented, and mitigated well in time. And if in case the event occurs, then the objective would be to recover from the given incident. And then we have a dedicated second part of that is Incident Response Center. Anything and everything that revolves around cybersecurity or any incident which gets reported across the SVU campus in general, we try to address those issues. So I'll just take up a few examples also down the line, wherein we have resolved a few of the issues which we came across in across the university. So our laboratory is located in lab number B209, Bhaskaracharya building. And as I said earlier, my co-PIs are Dr. Deepak Sharma sir, Dr. Manish Pote sir, and Dr. Prasanna Shetty sir. So these are the project objectives to come up with a state-of-art laboratory for cybersecurity and information security. The whole focus emphasizes on providing a platform for our UG, PG, and PhD students to experiment, carry out research in the field of security. Our whole purpose is to provide a conducive environment for such type of researchers to carry out at length experimentations in the field of security. To keep learners about awareness about cybercrime, cyber scams, whatever are happening in real time. Recently, we tried to, one of our first year student came across a call wherein he was digitally arrested. This was last 10-15 days ago. So we try to investigate such case, we try to resolve, counsel the such type of students, right? Similar incidents were found across our Somaiya My account. We all are using Somaiya My account. So there were certain vulnerabilities which were present across Somaiya My account. So those vulnerabilities were reported to the SVB IT team and that got resolved immediately, right? So another such incident was like our cameras across that we have over here. The live feed of those cameras was getting manipulated. I mean, it was going beyond the control. So such case, again, we try to address, and in consultation with the SVB IT team, we are trying to address such concerns, right? And a lot of our students have opted for what we call as honors course in cybersecurity, forensics, information security, and so on. So again, we are getting good enrollments in such courses. Students have started working on such type of projects because they are getting that environment now with all the state-of-art softwares, tools essential for conducting such experiments. This is a funded project by Somaiya Vidyavihar University for a duration of 3 years. It was started in 21-22. The amount sanctioned was 31.76 lakhs. And this is the statistics of the utilization as we speak now. Currently, we have just got funds for the third tranche, that is 10,50,000, which we are trying to use in the upcoming term. So these are the outcomes of the project. To have more conducive environment facility. We are more of a platform provider. We are facilitator for such type of experiments in the field of security, digital forensics, investigations. Apart from this, we try to, we are planning to tie up with industry. We are trying to tie up with the agencies which deals with cybersecurity, incident response, counseling centers, which deals for handling such type of incidents. So this is the current progress of the work. Majorly the initial part of the project was more into having a separate infrastructure. As I said, it is more of an isolated laboratory. I cannot have the same experiments being conducted on a Somaiya network. Otherwise, due consequences, the impact will be on the actual live network. So for that reason, we have isolated a network. Major equipments have been purchased. High-end machines have been procured. Some of the major softwares that we have procured are stellar data recovery for recovering lost or deleted data. We have NCASE tool for digital forensics and investigations. And these are some of the outcomes that we have as of now. There are many students, as I said earlier, who have enrolled for such type of courses now. A lot of internships and projects have come up. So as we speak, we have completed 6 such internships across different students from first year to final year. We completed a training program for faculty and staff members in last June, which talked about having a secure cyberspace for academia and beyond. Apart from that, we are coming up with different type of new courses and laboratory experiments to support this lab. This is the planned activities for the upcoming term to procure more tools, upgrade the network infrastructure. Again, we are in discussion phase with IIT Bombay. We have a trust lab over there. We are proposing an MOU with IIT Bombay. So currently that is in discussion phase. Apart from that, we are planning to write grant research proposals for 2 different funding agencies so that we can have more, what I can say, best of the labs available within the Somaiya campus. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I'm open for questions. Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next speaker is Dr. Ashwini Dalvi. Yes.
Good afternoon. Yes, yes. Good afternoon, everyone. I'll not take much of your time. I'll very quickly walk you through the research facility for sustainable and secure blockchain development. We call it Euclid. I'm the co-PI for that. The principal investigator for the project is Dr. Irfan Siddhavatam. We have sanctioned our grant in 21-22. Till now, progressively, we have received 25 lakh for 1 year, second year 25 lakh. We have used up to 47 lakh till now, and 50 lakhs are sanctioned. This is how we have planned our expected outcome under the category of academic contribution, industry interaction, and revenue generation outreach. These are some key projects we have developed, like the concept of a Somaiya coin in an academic setup for academic auditing, blockchain solution for the product counterfeiting, then resource consumption, looking at the sustainable angle of a blockchain operation, then some anomaly detection of a cryptocurrency transaction. These are all live cases. We are actively working on that. We have received one copyright and few publications are published, certain are in review. Interestingly, this is the slide where I will walk through. Till now, under this center, we have received two consultancy. One consultancy is of a 60 lakh, which is in a last phase of it. And recently, we have procured one more consultancy of a 37 lakh. You can see over here that we are actively in communication with the industry. Various industry, we keep our visibility in industry and academia communication. We have one visit from the St. John College of Engineering and Management from the Palghar, because the mining rig setup which we have, that is one of a kind, one of a state in the academic institute. Not much of the blockchain laboratory has that setup. So we have that one visit. We have conducted the formal training program, which is as a part of our training, that one with the IQSC specifically for the student, another is for the faculty. This is again a sponsored STTP. We got a sponsorship from the lab system of 50,000 to conduct this. So this is what our progress till now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now I would request our session chair, CA Monica Lodha, to provide her remarks and summarize the session.
I just take 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes. So as our Vice Chancellor had envisaged, this seed grant money should be provided to the faculties so that, the research culture in our university grows up in a magnitude form. And this is a platform for which he has envisaged that we should provide to the faculty so that, they can go for external funding. So I just want to see many of the projects which can be translated to external funding, extended arm, which we can do. And the next point I would like to make here is uniformity. Means I want to see, few had that application number on the first slide. All the information, instead of having it in 2 slides, you can put up in the first slide itself. Application number, the seed grant number which is there, which was not mentioned in majority of the presentations, co-PI, PI, and crux, and the work. And the first slide should be, after this first slide, your second slide should be your progress, what you have done. And then you can start with your work, introduction to this project and, conclusion. It should not be more than 5 slides. Next time, please ensure that. It should not be more than 5 slides. It can be compacted in 5 slides itself. With this, hearty congratulations to all the participants. Good work. We can, do it more prominently. So next time, what I was just thinking when I was just sitting there and evaluating, जैसे हमने ARM रखा है ना, तो major projects जो है आपने, you want to bring industry, छोटा सा group, particular industry, like industry, because if there are projects which can be, taken up by the industry to the next level, in the presence of the industry. So पहले एक ये filter out हो गया. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. उसके बाद 1 जून में अगर हम लोग ऐसा कुछ प्लान कर सकते हैं विद इंडस्ट्री, selected project from this particular 3 days session, and if you can put it in front of industry people, they can take up that project and we can go in a scale. Because project publication बन गया, हो गया, it doesn't make any sense. So let us, just work towards that. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inputs. The ARM team wishes to give you a small token of appreciation for your time spent. I request Dean Science to please come on stage, Dr. Nitin Desai.